welcome to my blog. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and showing me all the love and support that you guys have been doing since I started. Today I want to do something a little bit different and post a video on the 21 things that I've learned in 21 years. I hope you guys find this helpful and insightful, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, don't stress about little things. Whatever used to bother you, let it go. I definitely learned that in the last couple of years. Has saved my life, made me a much happier person. Number 2, life is too short to not believe in yourself, so get after it. Do whatever makes you happy. If it scares you, you'll probably be really good at it.
Trash. Look at my producer. She's just sleeping on the job.
Maybe if you paid me, I would be more.
Listen.
Number 3, learning that there is always room for improvement, being aware of all of your flaws and being okay with them, but knowing that you can always improve them. And number 4, friends are not everything, but they are very important. I think having friends is very important, and putting time into your relationship is very important. And but at the same time, you know, certain situations with your friends, or if you have a falling out with one of your friends, I think not to let that affect you or to take it too seriously. Okay. Number 5 is not pleasing people. I think I was really bad at that for a long period of time, and I have become a better person at, I've become better at not trying to please people, and that's made me a happier person and a better person, and I can put that time and that energy towards something positive that is helpful for me. So that brings me to number 6, which is pleasing yourself. I think putting yourself first should be your main priority. So if you give yourself 100% and you are at 100%, then you are able to give 100% of yourself into whatever it is you're doing, whether that's a relationship or a project or, you know, your career. If you're at 50% and you only give yourself 50%, you're only going to be able to expect 50% of effort or energy towards something else. So always putting yourself and your happiness first, and then you can give more to other things that are important to you in your life. That brings me to number 7, which is not everyone thinks the same way that you think. And I think as soon as you know that and the quicker you learn that, the better off you will be. So number 8 would be to take time to make plans or set little goals so that you can look forward to them. I used to not really make plans for things, and I used to kind of just be like, oh, well, you know, then I'd get to a certain point and be like, well, I have nothing to do. I haven't anything, you know, I haven't made any plans. Look at all these other people going out and doing all these fun things. But they probably planned to do those things, and I didn't do that. So I have been very good about, you know, planning little things and getting excited towards for little things, like even if they're just little trips or just a day when I get to do something like this. I'll always kind of look forward to being creative and kind of getting better at talking in front of cameras, especially since that's what I want to do with my life. So and also when it comes to small goals, whether that's I'm going to take 30 minutes to clean my house, or setting small goals and accomplishing them, those are things that once it's over and you get to look back and say, wow, it makes you feel really good that you got something done. Relationships aren't always about you. Where was I? Your expectations might not be other people's expectations. Meaning, if I have an expectation for myself and somebody has an expectation for themselves and maybe they don't match up, that's okay, and I can't fault that person for that, and that doesn't make one of us better or worse than the other. It is just the way it is. So for number 11, the topic would be family. I have a really close family, and I'm very grateful for my family, and I think over the years that feeling has even been strengthened. So if you have family that you're very close to and that are very supportive, I would say to be very grateful for them and to never take those for granted. My sister's giving me attitude right now, but
don't
yes,
take me. You take me for granted.
I do not take you for granted. I love you. Okay. This kind of segues into putting effort into relationships that you want to keep. I think when people get 50 or 40 friends and they can't put 100% into each one of those relationships, and one of them has to suffer. So the ones that you know that are very important to you, you have to put an extra time for them, even if that takes away time from you doing something else. It's no different than having a plant. If you don't give it water and sunlight, it will die.
That was a really good analogy.
So you just compare us with plants?
Yes. Okay.
For number 13, it's not so deep. It's take care of your skin now while you are young. There's plenty of studies that say if you use anti-aging creams and things like that when you're in your 20s, then you will prolong the visibility of wrinkles.
And drink lots of water, which I'm very bad at, but it is a tip, and I do try to do it. But I'm the definition of hydrated. Dehydrated. Not hydrated. I never drink water. Take care of your skin. That's why I do good skincare, because I don't drink enough water.
We're diving back into the deep things. For number 14, always do the right thing, even if it's unpopular. For number 15, this is kind of a broad topic, but communicate. If you have like beef with somebody, I would say like don't talk about it to 14 other people. Just find a way that works for you to go up to them and talk to them and work it out. And whatever the outcome is, whatever the outcome it is. So if it's, you guys can move on from it and you guys have mended your relationship or you have decided to part ways, you have to be prepared for that when you go to communicate with somebody about something. And remember that people don't read your mind. They cannot tell what you're thinking. So if you want someone to know something about you or how you're feeling, you have to express that to them. But also knowing when not to communicate is very important too. Knowing that sometimes your actions speak louder than words. So all in all, there's nonverbal communication, there's verbal communication. So communication as a whole is very important, and I think as you get older, you become better at that. For the next one, I have written down never say never. Because there was lots of things that I have said that I said, oh, I will never do that. I will never date this person. I don't like this person. I'll never try that.
Blah, blah, blah.
And I find that every time I say that I will never do something, less than 6 months later, I probably tried it. So I used to have this, oh, I will never date a boy who's younger than me. I will never do this. I will never do that. And now my boyfriend's younger than me and I love him. So never say never, because you'll A, look like a fool when you decide to actually do it, and B, it holds you back from trying new things and being open to explore other opportunities that you would have, overlooked if you said, oh, I'm never going to do that. So for number 17, you are in control of your happiness and no one else. So if you are unhappy with the way things are in your life, if you are unhappy with, your performance in something, that's not somebody else's fault. That's your fault. And I think I've learned that because I used to say, oh, well, I didn't do good in this because my teacher didn't teach me this. Or, this person made me mad, so now I'm mad. Whatever the situation is, I am in control of my own happiness. I am in control of my attitude towards certain situations. Okay. Number 18, I think that everybody needs to know this, and that is that there are 3 sides to every story. I think understanding that there is this side and that side, and then there's the truth and what actually happened. Ooh, for number 19, my dad's gonna like this one, and that is listen twice as much as you speak. My dad always says you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Well, that means that you should listen twice as much as you speak. I like to interject my opinions in certain things, and I've learned that as I've gotten older, that my opinion isn't always needed, necessary, or wanted. Okay. For number 20, this is a big one. I think this is probably one of the things that I've learned that I wouldn't say I'm a pro at yet, but saving money. Now that I'm about to graduate, I got to figure out, how am I going to support myself? And for the final one, number 21, take the jump. I've always been very scared to do things. I've been very shy. I would never put myself out there. And I think once you do it the first time, you're very good at it the next couple of times. So, just push yourself off the cliff and say, I'm just going to do it this one time. If it's terrible, it's terrible. But the next time I do it, it'll be better. So that's it, guys. That's the 21 things I've learned in 21 years. Thank you guys so much for stopping by my blog. Please leave your comments of what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you guys next time.